Hello out there. How are you? I hope you had a great 4th of July celebration. And I want to ask you a question. Have you heard about the Radiant Roots Optimal Health Bundle? And if you have not, I want to tell you a little bit about it. I won't keep you long, I promise. But I do want you to know that the Radiant Roots Optimal Health Bundle is something that was devised by a group of medical doctors, nurses, nutritionists, plant-based nutritionists, and those who are advocating using lifestyle and food as medicine. I'm Velin Hawkins. I am the co-founder of Vegan Visibility Productions, and I want you to know that the Radiant Roots Optimal Health Bundle is for you. If you are in the middle of a health crisis or you're just looking for additional information to support you on your healthy living journey, I want to share with you what the bundle is so that you can see how it can absolutely transform your life. And it is totally for embracing a healthier, more sustainable lifestyle and adding years of healthy living to your life. So it's brought to you by, as I mentioned, a group of whole food plant-based advocates who are medical doctors, plant-based nutritionists, instructors, wellness coaches, and other professionals who are advocating in this lifestyle movement. And they've put together a birth of resources for you. But why did they do that? Why did they go out of their way to bring you this information? Well, because most people, especially in the African American and people of color communities, don't know that obesity rates have more than doubled since 1980, that nearly 40% of all adults and 18.5% of children in the United States are classified as obese, many of whom have two medical issues, whether it's high cholesterol and diabetes or heart disease and high cholesterol. I mean, it's amazing how when you look at the statistics, the African American and people of color communities are suffering with these diseases, these chronic diseases, diabetes, heart disease, certain cancers, and they're all on the rise, disproportionately so, and affecting us. And if you didn't know about these things, you're not alone. Most people don't know that milk is not, actually, it's not for human consumption. Cow's milk anyway. Cow's milk is for baby cows. And what they put in cow's milk today, all of the antibiotics and the steroids and the things that go into milk, and you can research it. The information is there. I am not a doctor. I am a healthy lifestyle, healthy living advocate, and an advocate for a whole food, plant-based diet and lifestyle. And that is why I'm participating in this. And that's why I'm sharing this information with you. And I want you to know that these diseases, these chronic illnesses, are not only preventable and reversible, they're foodborne diseases. They're foodborne illnesses. They come about due to the food that we eat. And most people don't eat a lot of vegetables and fruit, and it's telling a story on us. That's why we have the highest rate of obesity. Now you ask me, well, why is that so? Well, because a lot of the African American and people of color communities are underserved. They don't have the fresh markets. They don't have the access to good, healthy nutrition, education. They don't have access to these foods in schools for their children. And that is wreaking havoc in our communities. There's a book that was written by Dr. Joel Fuhrman, Fast Food Genocide. And he talks about the fact that fast food has been derived to addict us, to make us keep coming back for more and more and more. And in that more, that great taste that we have for these foods, even if you're cooking the chicken and the steaks at home or on the grill, it's still, those are the foods that are killing us. The World Health Organization has classified red meat and ultra processed foods as class 1 carcinogens. You know, that's like asbestos, it's poison. And we're the ones that are getting the exposure, we're getting marketed to, and we're getting not just marketed to those foods, but once you start having ailments around consuming those foods, guess what you next see is the commercials on television or on the radio or across the internet for the drugs that supposedly help with those symptoms. Nothing that you hear talks about getting to the root cause, which the root cause is the type of food, the lack of exercise, the lack of adequate sleep, drinking water. And when I say the food, if it's not whole food, plant-based, what I mean is potatoes, lentils, legumes, and vegetables, all of your cruciferous vegetables and your fruits. If it's not those foods that you're consuming, then what you're consuming is like eating asbestos. It's going to one day accumulate enough in your body that your body is going to say, I can't do this anymore. And it will stop processing those foods and turn it into something that then becomes poison inside the body. And again, I'm not a doctor, but I've been around enough doctors who are teaching this information. That's how I learned it. I challenge you to find this information and learn it for yourself. Find the books. Dr. Joel Furman. Find Dr. Columbus Batiste, who does a podcast called Slave Food with his business partner, Dr. Eric Walsh. And they talk about these issues of how the Black communities are served with the things that actually are killing us. And what this group of doctors wanted to do was to bring you the information that's going to create life and vitality and the things that you want in your life that is going to lead to a long and healthy life. And when I tell you about the primary goal here is to empower you to achieve your best health through this evidence-based nutrition and lifestyle practices. We all know that riding a bike, taking a walk, spending time in nature, meditating is a good thing, but then we tell ourselves, but I don't have time. The kids have me running around here and there and everywhere. But what if you could take 5 minutes at the beginning of your day and just center and ground and know that the rest of your day is going to run smoothly, be fluid, and especially if part of your day you're consuming the right kind of foods that your body wants to be able to better support you. In this bundle is a treasure trove of information, ebooks, digital products, recipes, video courses, and more. And these doctors have basically said, I want to contribute this, and I want people to know if they want more information about what I've contributed, they can get in touch with me. So this bundle is available for $27, and here's what you have access to. A comprehensive guide for nurturing yourself and your baby with whole foods. There's an ebook and a fact sheet and a toolkit. And these aren't just things that people came up with. The Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine has the fact sheet, and the lifestyle toolkit is from the Plantation Project. And you know what? These are organizations that have been started by some of these same professionals or same types of professionals, and they want you to be able to be self-empowered so that you can make the best of your life and your health. Fit and Play Mama, Danielle Medina is a certified fitness instructor, yoga instructor, and nutritionist. And she not only has a couple of recipes here, she did a cooking demonstration on video. So you have the ingredients to the things that the recipes that she gave, and she is in this video showing you exactly how to make them. And the Key to Total Wellness ebook by Dr. Judy Brangman. These are people who want you to be able to live your best and healthiest life. Dr. Shonda Mayo Ford did a lifestyle ebook, along with a video that shows you exactly what it means to embrace a healthy plant-based lifestyle. And I can't speak more highly about the Ultimate Lentil Handbook. I used to hear about beans and how beans were good for you, but you know what? So for some reason, beans just didn't taste then like they taste now to me. And this powerhouse of nutritional powerhouse to gourmet delights, it really is. It really is. And Dr. Davis goes through that. She's got recipes in here along with the nutritional information about the lentils, the value, the vitamins, the minerals, the nutritional value of lentils. Again, I remember coming up and we didn't eat a lot of beans unless they were hot dogs and beans, baked beans, which had all kinds of sugar and very processed foods. And if I knew then what I know now, I would have eaten more beans and brown rice. I would have eaten, red beans and rice is one thing, and that's great. And if you eat that every day, at least you're getting some of the nutrients from those beans, and brown rice is good for you. But guess what? If you don't have vegetables included with all of that, you're still missing a little bit. So Dr. Davis gives you a lot in what it is that she's put into this ebook. And then Dr. Vanessa Allen's ebook about Natural Way, a mind, body, spirit approach to weight loss. How many of us have been on the yo-yo diets and back and forth and back and forth? And now you don't have to do that, because there's one diet that you have to get on one time and you'll never get off of it, and that's a whole food, plant-based diet. Let's see what else we have in here. Ooh, how many of us get an adequate amount of sleep? And how many of us believe that you don't need 7 to 9 hours of sleep? How many of us are getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep? And what is that doing for your life and lifestyle? Well, Dr. Patrice High actually talks about her health journey in a video, and she shares the lifestyle roadmap to improve sleep habits and accelerate weight loss. She talks about how she was looking at her son, a small child, was crying upstairs, and she went to go upstairs and she couldn't make it to the top without having to really stop and catch her breath. And as a young mother, it's like, what is happening? And if any of us have experienced that, that's a scare. That's a wake-up call. And that's a call that says, maybe I need to do something. Well, she started researching and found this lifestyle medicine practice and what it meant as far as eating differently, eating more whole plant foods, and totally turned her life around. Now she's got her family involved. This is what she's feeding her family. And Dr. Shayla Toombs Withers. Dr. Shayla is a force to be reckoned with. She's an athlete and a mom and a wife, and runs an independent practice. And she's got the Rooted in Wellness, a plant-based journey to insulin harmony. This ebook, she goes into what it means, having to take insulin and how you can reduce the amount of insulin that you're taking, along with working with your doctor. But with a whole food, plant-based diet, improvements are available to you. Type 2 diabetes can be totally reversed, and she goes into all of that. Her book here on Nature's Harvest, Fueling Your Outdoor Adventures the Plant-Based Way. You know what? If you like the outdoors, you'll love this ebook. If you don't like the outdoors that much, you're going to love this ebook, because you're going to get a different view of what it means to be in nature and absorb nature as medicine to your whole body. And we also have, so how many of us are parents and have little kids, big kids? Meryl Fury is a registered nurse and over 30 years of experience. She's the president and CEO of a nonprofit organization called Plant-Based Nutrition Movement. And she's got a yummy kid-approved recipes book with an easy peasy pantry guide for plant-based beginners. And you know what? One of the biggest things that I hear from people who are just starting this journey is, I've got all this stuff in my pantry. What do I do with it? What do I put in my pantry if I'm making this change? Well, this ebook guides you to that. And it doesn't leave out the fact that kids are still looking for tasty, yummy recipes or dishes that they want to eat, that they will love eating. And you know, it's even better than that when they participate with you in cooking some of these meals or preparing some of these meals. So she's also got 12 healthy food tips and 10 yummy snack suggestions for your family. So, you know, we all love pizza. There's pizza that everybody likes. But guess what? There's pizza that's the plant-based way and that families love. I mean, totally love. There are so many things in this infographic that you can get ideas from, that you can get just the suggestions of, and you'll be saying, oh, wow, I hadn't thought about that. I say that because that's what I said. You've got your lifestyle strategies for strengthening your family's health. And these strategies are actually based on the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine, which Meryl is a member of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine. And she is an avid child nutrition advocate. And I want to share something with you for just a moment, because I have a propensity and a passion for our kids as well. As a mom, a grandmom, I look at the way that I was brought up, and then the way I brought my children up, and then the way my grandchildren are being brought up. And I'm looking at the generations to follow. And if we don't do something now, what's going to happen to them? What's the world going to be like in 2 or 3 generations if we don't do the work now to get a shift made in what our children are eating? And how about the fact that if you can feed your children whole food, plant-based meals at home, what would it feel like if they could also get it in school? Well, there is an opportunity that could in fact happen. And Meryl's organization, Plant-Based Nutrition Movement, is doing just that. Focused on children, whole food, plant-based living for children and adults. It really is about crafting well-balanced menus. But you know what? That's at home. What about in school? Well, she is right now promoting a program that is getting schools to focus on adding plant-based options to school menus. The state of Illinois, August of last year, passed a bill, it's now law, that every state, every school in the state was to provide plant-based options for every student or parent for a student who opted in for that particular choice. Now, wouldn't it be nice to see your child's school plate look like this? There are schools that are doing that. I think that's a beautiful thing. And so there are resources on the website. You can go to pbnm.org and you will find this information, the evidence-backed research, how foods impact immunity, and schools. Show me the money. These schools, look, locally grown tofu and black beans from New York State cost less than meat-based options like the $1 chicken drumsticks they serve. Beans are a cost savings for the meat alternative requirement. And there is so much more. If food cost isn't neutral, meaning that you're taking a meat-based option out and putting a plant-based option in, and there's zero added cost, there's zero on the negative side as well, that is neutral cost. But most have been saying that it's a positive cost factor, that they are saving money by having these plant-based options given in schools. And to the extent that they are tasty and available locally from organic farms, these school systems are helping to shift the internal balance of health for these children. And a lot of these things are things that they've seen, things that they like. I mean, look, this looks like a little sushi roll. This looks like a wrap. Well, it is a wrap. And then you've got your veggie bowl. And I mean, do they serve chicken nuggets and things that look like burgers? Yeah. But you know what? If they're plant-based, they're a lot better for your children. And you can get these options in your schools. You want to know how? Go to pbnm.org. That's pbnm.org. This resource that I'm going through is right there on their website. And you can get this. See, look at these recipes. That is amazing. And I want to show you in here. They even show how to prepare the beans, how to prepare the canned beans. And this is actually, that size beans is you got a big family or you're in schools. And this is how you do it. And that looks pretty good. Once children are exposed to these foods and eating this way, it's amazing how receptive they are to doing more. And they will ask for more. And they will look for ways to get it. There are so many kids now who are so interested in this that they are starting to learn how to cook. They're starting to learn how to prepare these foods with their parents. Now, Beth Krause is a food service director, a school food service director in Ithaca, New York. She's one of the people that has, for I think 6 years now, had plant-based options in her school district. And when we started adding plant-based meals, our participation went up, not only among students, but teachers and other staff too. And for us, it has been cost neutral. You've got Doug Smith, a retired enrichment teacher. And at age 49, I had a widowmaker heart attack. And it's a miracle I survived. My wife and I switched to a totally plant-based diet and I lost 60 pounds. My total cholesterol went down from 198 to 110. And I haven't felt this good since I was a teenager. I even ran my first marathon at 58. Listen at what Abel, age 8, had to say. I love eating food from the faraway places like tacos and burritos and the type of spaghetti and cannellini that he gets. And I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but he's looking at the things that have expanded his mind at as an 8-year-old. It's good, and I like to learn about different places in the world. Isn't that amazing? And Theo, age 10, thanks for adding this food in our school's menu. I'm so glad I can get food at school now. It tastes so good. And, just looking for these sources and resources. This bundle has it. This is the best chicken I ever had. And it was a tofu veggie stir fry with no chicken, but he thought it was chicken because it was so tasty. Adding more plant-based foods to your menus is a three-way win. Reduced food costs for center of the plate items, increase menu diversity to expand your customer base, and appealing to this generation of socially conscious student customers who want to make their food choices sustainable for the planet. Now, that's a really good point, because what I have seen with my grandson going through middle school, junior high, and high school, there was so much more interest in the planet. How can we help preserve the planet? And learning that food is the undergirding premise for the environmental impact and sustainability that we're looking to happen on the planet. Kids are open to it. It's like, what can I do? Eat differently? What kind of foods are you talking about? And they will experiment. Naomi Summers, a parent, says, I'm so happy our school started serving plant-based entrees. We love that the recipes are from different cultures, and thank you for the family-sized versions of the recipes. We make them all at home too. That is what we want to see. That is one of the reasons that this bundle has come about. That is one of the reasons that everyone who's contributed to this wants this for you. You've got tips on gardening. Oh my goodness. Put a garden in your backyard. Don't have a backyard? Build one on your deck or your patio. Have a hydroponic in your family room. Something that your family or you can go and pick off of, or get some of the fruits and vegetables off of. And it is garden to table. What about nutrition label reading? Dr. Latea de Jesus is a triple board certified medical doctor, and she's in this space not only wanting to share about gardening because that's something that she found a love for, but she's teaching her patients about label reading, and she's provided a video here for you that shows you exactly what's on a label, how to read it, how to interpret it, and how to put it down, because it has the things that you don't need to be ingesting, and sharing a couple of alternatives for what we think might be healthy and okay. And then, our friends Gigi and Cersei, they are nutrition and whole food lifestyle coaches, and they teach about the Daniel fast. They are a force to be reckoned with. And their whole thing is, the Bible teaches us that they're foods that were made for us to consume in the human body. Science has proven the human body was not built to consume meat. How do you know that? Because of the way that your teeth are made. Your teeth aren't like a wolf's teeth. And there's a reason for that. You don't need them when you're eating plant-based foods. And so the Daniel Fast Food List is actually an amazing list of all of the fruits and vegetables, their nutritional value, why you want to eat them, and then the recipes. They've got some really great recipes in there too. And then you've got plant-based eating, the 7-day reboot to a healthier you. This is my business partner, Kathleen Gage's plant-based ebook. And she tells the story about how when she started her journey, it was really interesting because she knew a change was necessary and she didn't know exactly how that was going to pan out. So she said she started with the 7 days. Let me just do this for 7 days. And that 7 days came about and she saw some good results. And she said, okay, let me do it for another 7 days. And that next 7 days turned into the next 7 days and into the next 7 days. And she hasn't looked back for 6 years now. And I can totally identify with that as well. And what she's also done is given you her 5 vegan crock pot meals. These are her favorites. They all can be done in the crock pot. And I know that that's something that most African American and people of color homes actually have today in today's day and age. And so check them out. Find one or two or three or all 5 that you love. And remember, these are also things, recipes that are salt, oil, and sugar free. And why? Phelan, why salt, oil, and sugar free? I thought extra virgin olive oil was good for you. Well, um, again, there's several schools of thought, and it depends on your level of health. But if you are someone that is suffering from chronic illness or obesity or any of the chronic illnesses, salt, oil, and sugar should actually be put on the side. Now, maybe when you get things back in order and you're looking at adding a little back into your diet, that might work. But extra virgin olive oil is a processed food. And the premise of a whole food plant-based diet is whole foods. Your sweet potato, your broccoli, your head of broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, the cruciferous vegetables, bok choy and kale and things like that. Those are the things that you find in the produce section. Maybe in the frozen food section. Frozen foods are probably closer to fresh than anything else. If it's in a can, it's inundated with sodium, so it's not the best. But if that's all that you can get to, it's better than nothing at all. And find the produce sections. Go to the farmer's market. Food deserts, you might have to travel a little bit to get your weekly groceries, but do it. Make it fun. Make it an adventure for the family. There are so many ways that we can get these foods to our homes. And, here's a business idea. I talked to a guy in Southern California who had a food truck. He got a food truck. And you would think that he would be making meals out of his food truck. Well, what he did was go to the farmer's market. And every week he would go into these neighborhoods that were food deserts, and he would sell at a very low cost these fruits and vegetables to the people in the neighborhood. And that was their source of whole food, plant-based, good foods. And he could do it that way because some of these farmers markets had the food that was day old and they didn't want it to go bad. They didn't want to throw it away, so they gave it to him. Sometimes he would just give it away. So business idea, you got an idea around a food truck, you want to do the same thing and get these foods into your neighborhoods. There's an idea for you. The top 10, 15 alkaline foods. Did you know that your body, our human bodies, are 75% water? And if you know anything about water, you know about pH balance, or at least you've heard about it. Well, there's a certain pH balance level in the body. And this book actually tells you, educates you on what that is. And it gives you the top 15 alkaline foods, many of which are some that you can make into great snacks. If you're somebody like me, when I first started on my journey, I'm a chewer. I like to chew stuff. And so I was like, what can I chew that is healthy? What can I have as a snack that I can have any time of day? If I'm feeling like I'm hungry, but I'm not really hungry because I ate a good meal, but I just want that thing. I can go to the refrigerator, get a couple of stalks of celery and chomp on them. I am good. Get a couple of carrots, I chomp on them. I am good. The fruits that are part of this top 15 foods is something. There's a couple of things on that top 15 list that are going to surprise you, but those are the foods that you want to have in your body. They've got a lot of water within them, so they help your body with consuming water. But more than that, they've got a lot of the basic nutrients that your body needs every single day. And you don't have to take a multivitamin for them. Yes, I want the bundle. What can you do with the bundle? Click the button here. It will open up to the pay page. You can add your information, pay the $27. It's only $27 for all of this great information, and you are set. And remember, I talked about the expert guidance. Each one of these contributors is willing to talk to you, to communicate with you, to help you on your journey. If you're pregnant or thinking about being pregnant, contact Dr. Michelle and find out when you can get in for an appointment with her to talk to her about what she might guide you on in your pregnancy journey. If you are a nursing mom, that's still a good time to touch base with her. And this bundle is primarily targeted to African American and people of color adults. Yet our children, we're not leaving out our children. If you're a parent, everything that your children experience starts with you. And we call this an experience. We call the shift from meat eating and fast food eating to be an experience and experiment as you're experiencing these things. And is everything going to turn out perfectly? Well, maybe so. And if it does, I want to know. Maybe not. And that's okay too. Try again. Goodness knows, I've tried some recipes that I was like, oops, what did I do? And then the second time it was like, oh, there you go. But look at everything you get in this package. This bundle is built with love because these doctors want you to know that they care about you. They care about your health and wellness. They care about being able to provide this for you in a way that allows them to do even more than what they can do in their practice. Some are practicing for traditional medical establishments, and they have their 15-minute window per patient. And so this is a way for them to get beyond that and to help and serve. And we want you to know that it's available for you. Tell a friend, tell family, tell everyone that you know that might have a need or an interest in the Reading Roots Optimal Health Bundle. Let's get some things changed as far as our health in our communities. And, if you're someone who's a community activist, partner up with somebody and get food added to what it is that you do. Many of us think about financial literacy for our families, and that's all very important, but financial literacy and making sure that a child has the good nutritional foundation, that's even better. And so with that, I'm going to wrap things up and say, join us, get your Radiant Roots Optimal Health Bundle. And you saw the link across the bottom here. veganvisibilityproductions.com, RROH-bundle. And you can get the bundle going to that link. And that just gives you every opportunity to get to these resources. When you finish your purchase, a page will open up and you'll have direct access to everything. No sign up necessary. Just go for it. Deep dive. You have 1 year to access everything. We recommend you download everything immediately and have it available. And just take your time going through it, but go through it. Take action. Go through everything that's there. It's being provided for your benefit and with love. So on that note, thank you for hanging with me, and we'll see you next time. We're doing this every day because this opportunity to buy the bundle is only open through Sunday, July 14th. And it's available to you to purchase, and it's gone after July 14th. So do it now. Don't wait. Thanks, and we'll see you soon. Bye.